Justin Tucker, the Ravens kicker, joins us on the program. Did you sleep last night, Justin?
It took a while to let the adrenaline subside, but I was able to get a couple hours before my wife and I got up and got our kiddo on the way to school. So, it's all good stuff, though. All good.
What are you thinking on the sidelines?
I'm just hoping to get the opportunity more than anything, and then the fact that we did, and then we're able to come through. All of the stuff that goes with that kick at the end of the game. I mean, you just first and foremost you want to make the kick and win the game, and then as we're lining it up, I kind of realize that we have a chance to make history right here. This could be pretty special, but all that stuff going into the kick, all of the feelings, all of the thoughts, all of the emotions. And I've said this. I know we've talked about this before, Dan. I've said it before that your feelings in those moments don't matter. What matters is executing. What matters is seeing Nick Moore throw back a perfect strike with the snap, 12 o'clock laces that Sam can just spot quickly. What matters is the other 8 guys, just holding their blocks just long enough to, help, to allow us to get the ball off in the first place. And then just trusting my technique. And when you're that far away, you got to, both trust the technique and also sacrifice some of it to just power the ball. From 66 yards away, you got to put everything you can into it. So, it's thinking about the process, thinking about the action and not the consequence. And then when it's all said and done, then you can let your feelings and your emotions take over and enjoy the moment and celebrate with your teammates and know that what just happened was special. It was amazing to be a part of it.
Did you hear the ball hit the crossbar?
I did. It sounded it sounded like what I feel like my stomach was doing. It just dropped inside of dropped inside of me, and I'm thinking that I just didn't have enough to get it there. And sure enough, it bounced the right way. After having a couple doinks in recent memory for myself that didn't go my way, to have that one yesterday afternoon work in our favor is definitely a good feeling.
Where's the football?
It's upstairs right now. I just came down to get on this Zoom call with you, but it's upstairs right next to my backpack. I was holding on to that thing from the moment we kicked the ball. And one of our I said this yesterday, like in our post game media availability, we've got an awesome group of firemen that work in and around our facilities, and they travel with us. Some of them travel with us on game days. But Avon is always down there under the goalposts to retrieve the football, and he didn't even let it hit the ground. Bounced off the crossbar, and I knew the kick was good, not after seeing it hit the crossbar and then kind of fall over, but I saw Avon stick his hand straight in the air and to signal that the kick was good, and then also to catch the ball. So Avon did an excellent job of not just catching the football, but running it out to me to give it to me. And then I said yesterday as well, Yancey, one of our other firemen, he prepares the K balls for Sundays, and then for us throughout the practice week. They were like some of the first 2 people that were out there on the field celebrating with us, and it really can't be understated how important just every it just speaks to the importance of everybody within our Ravens organization. It doesn't matter if you're the starting quarterback or you're one of the firemen helping with the menial day-to-day tasks. Every single one of those things, every single one of those little details, Yancey preparing the game ball to where it is serviceable enough to make it 66 and and an 8 yards when it needed to. And then, Avon just retrieving the ball and running it out to us. It just speaks volumes to how our whole organization operates. It's not just one guy, it's not just 11 guys, it's everybody. So when that ball left my foot, it was like the whole organization. It was like the whole city was along for the ride. And I tried not to feel that in the moment, but it's impossible not to after the fact, to just, really, really enjoy it.
Justin Tucker's 66-yarder clips Matt Prater's 64-yard field goal back in 2013. It's the longest in NFL history. What does the Hall of Fame ask for? The ball, shoes?
They kind of asked. I just got off the phone with Chad Steele, Ravens, media relations, and he asked me, hey, the Hall of Fame is asking for basically any and everything from the game that you would like to give them. And I'm having a tough time parting ways with any of it, just because, there is some immediate sentimental value there, but they're going to get my uniform from the game. I'm holding on to the ball. I feel like I really want to keep that. And then they want my cleats too, but they were a new pair this week, and I tend to try to make my cleats last at least 2 to 3 games, especially the black cleats, because they don't show dirt as much. So if I can get those guys to last me like 2 or 3 weeks, then maybe our friends in Canton, they can have them maybe like a month from now. But I mean, hey, all that stuff is all good and well. If you're going to try to get every single piece that went into that one play on display in Canton, I don't think it's possible. You're going to have to take, Nick Moore's arms and Sam Cook's hands and every single glove of the lineman blocking for us just to give us a chance. I think you'd have to take Sammy Watkins' gloves and, Lamar's arm and, the defense just for, hanging in there just long enough to, get us just not giving up a touchdown at the end of the game and holding them to a field goal. And we have 64 seconds left. It's just, again, it's just every single piece, that you could think of should probably go into the Hall along with, whatever they want from me on my end.
If there had been a delay of game penalty, where there should have been a delay of game penalty, it would have been 71 yards. What would you have said to Coach Harbaugh attempting a 71-yard field goal?
I don't know if I would have said anything. I probably would have just run out there anyways and tried to give it a whirl, and all the while knowing in the back of my head that I don't think I quite have 71 in me today, but that's just the type of mentality that you have to have in a moment like that. You just have to let the adrenaline take over and hope for a little divine intervention somewhere along the way. But hey man, like everything kind of happens for some serendipitous reason, right? I mean, the not calling of a delay of game penalty when it's like a second past the clock. I mean, like I can think of plenty of instances where, it goes the other way, like when, another team gets a break, that, one could argue it should not have been there. That stuff happens in football. And, I don't think it takes away from, how special that moment was for all of us anyways.
Well, congrats there, Justin, and good luck against the Broncos. I think you could probably do 71 in Denver.
I guess we'll have to see. That's why I'm not going to retire the cleats quite yet. I think they might have some more. They might have some more
magic.
Big kicks.
Yeah. Hey, congrats. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate your time as always.
All right. Thanks, Dan.
That's Justin Tucker, Ravens kicker.